Okay, well, hello everyone. It's Tuesday evening. You'll be looking at this on Wednesday morning. So, I did want to go over a couple things with you that are on Schoology, and then you will have a attendance assignment to do for me tomorrow, and that will involve maybe some of the things that I say in this video, and then maybe we'll just get started with AP Computer Science A. But I did want to go over a couple of things with you before the class gets into full swing. Okay, so here, first let me say this. I want you to be aware that this trimester 1.1 is going to be entirely different than what you experience in third trimester in the spring when we were all doing distance learning. I don't know about you or your other teachers, but Algebra 2 teachers, we moved at a snail's pace. We didn't do a whole lot, and we gave the students a lot of time to complete assignments. And I would say I even failed to do a couple things with my other class, AP Computer Science Principles. I probably left off a couple of assignments, and probably even more than that. So, but nonetheless, I would say in general, distance learning in the spring, it was relatively easy because we moved at a snail's pace, and we allowed the students to take a lot of time to complete assignments. Now things are going to be entirely different, so do a full 180, right? Now things are going to move very, very, very fast, and so you're going to have to do a mindset shift. Okay, the way we did things in the spring, well, that's history. Things are going to be much different. I'm not too crazy about how things are going to go because I won't see you again until let's see here, until probably after the new year. After we're done with well, let's see here, that's not true. No, until December again, or whenever second try starts. So we'll have several weeks where we're not doing anything. So I'm not too crazy about that, but that's just the way it is. Maybe I'll figure out something to do about that. In any case, I do want you to understand that things are going to be much different than they were in the springtime. So keep that in mind. All right, I am going to take a look at a couple things on Schoology, and let me see, introduction and expectations. So, okay, you can read some of this at your own leisure, but I am a remote teacher, which means I will always be teaching remotely. I will never be in the classroom. Okay, so which means I'll always be teaching using Google Meet. So you should have earbuds or earphones or something to use with your Chromebook or computer. Okay, that would be very helpful in ensuring a productive Google meeting. In keeping with social distance guidelines and school policy, you are required to wear a mask and remain in your assigned seat during class. And of course, I don't tolerate vulgar or offensive language. No cell phones, particularly on the day of a quiz or test. Okay, otherwise you'll get a 0. And let's see here. All right, so you can read the rest of that. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Now, again, we will be meeting. I don't care if you're in the A group or B group or virtual student, because I'm a remote teacher. We'll always be meeting on Google Meet. So the way you would access Google Meet is from Schoology, you'd click on that link, and then you click on that, and then I would have posted each day a link to the Google Meet. So that would be for second hour. So like today, I just had 9th graders, first and third hour, and they joined me in a Google Meet, and they clicked on that to join my Google Meet. So on the calendar, you'd have a link to the Google Meet for that day and that hour. Okay? So that's how you would join. Because again, I'm a remote teacher. All right. What's another thing I want to talk about? Okay, in Google Meet, here, let me show myself because, okay, so in Google Meet, so let's say class is going on, discussion is going on, I'm going over some material, and let's say you have a question. Well, you can ask question. You can unmute yourself in Google Meet and ask the question. You can do that. Google Meet has a chat facility where you can ask the question in the chat facility. And then I've also developed a anonymous chat session. Okay, because I know some students are reluctant to ask a question verbally, like on Google Meet, and everybody who's on Google Meet can hear, or they're reluctant to type in a question in the chat session in Google Meet because then everybody can see it. So this chat facility, this anonymous chat facility, will allow you to ask a question and only I see it. Okay, so how would you actually access that anonymous chat sign in? Well, you would do that here, and then you would enter in your student ID number, and then you would click submit. Okay, and then you could ask your question. Okay, occasionally I'll pose a question to the class as I'm teaching a lesson and checking for understanding, and then you would be required to respond to that, and I can check for understanding. I mean, I would do a lot of that in the Algebra 2 class. Maybe not so much in this class, but again, this facility is for you to ask questions anonymously. No one else sees it except me, and then I can respond to your question in this anonymous chat session as well. Alright, so that's that. And then let's see here, what else do I want to talk about? The syllabus here. Oh, attendance. And so, okay, so if it's an A day and I have A students in class and they're in my Google Meet, I'll take attendance for them. That way, the B students and the virtual students, you would have something to complete on Schoology to document attendance. Okay, so that will take place every day. So make sure you complete that by 3 o'clock, otherwise you will be marked absent. And again, if you're an A student, it's A day, you don't have to worry about completing the Schoology assignment, but if you're not, then you do, and vice versa for if you're a B student, and so on and so forth. Okay, so like today, this video, you guys will have questions related to this video and something else you need to do, and that will document attendance for today. The final point I will make is this here. Oh, let me go to the syllabus as well. Alright, so I when I taught this class before, I kind of followed this outline right down to all the detail. Okay, so we have a lot of things to cover, a lot of chapters. We're going to be moving very fast. Very, very fast. I think I put in the syllabus. Let me say, given the hybrid schedule due to COVID-19, you can expect the time duration for each week listed below to be halved. In other words, we'll move twice as fast. So a 2-week duration listed below is now 1 week. 1 week will be like 2 days or whatever. So it's going to move very, very fast. Anyway, those are the chapters we will cover. I did want to point out one thing, because you're going to have one thing to do for me on Wednesday, and it's going to involve, if I can find it here, where else? Well, I think it may be up here. Okay, just give me a second here, guys. It's been a while since I'm looking for a link. Skylight. There should be a link to Code BAT. Somewhere there's a link to Code BAT on here. And then I want you guys to go out there and get a little coding experience. And I'm not seeing it right away. I'm not. Others suggested Skylight. Well, there should be a. I don't see the link. Anyway, there's a link in here. I'll post it, but this I'll show you where that link. Well, boy, I really do want to find it now. Funny thing is, before I started this video, I saw it right away, but I don't see it now, and this is driving me crazy. So it should be right up here. E3H course design. Learn Oh, here we go. My bad, guys. Okay, so right there, codingbad.com. Anyway, so this is some practice coding problems for Java. All right, and so maybe I'll give you guys an assignment here. Let me take a look at warm-up number 1, simple warm-up problems to get started. Solutions available. Well, maybe not, because we're going to be using this website a lot, and so I'm sure some of you don't have any coding experience. This kind of assumes that maybe you do, so I'm going to hold off on that. Boy, I just wasted like 5 minutes and got nowhere with that. Anyway, so that's the syllabus there. The last thing I will say is this here. Where do I want to go? Oh, okay, so here's the deal. We're going to be moving very, very fast. And it's going to be imperative for you to keep up with everything on a timely basis. Now, we have A group, we have B group, and we have virtual students. If I were you, I would make it a point of joining a Google Meet every day. So like on A day, you know, the A students will be in the classroom and we'll have a Google Meet, but that's not to say that B students can't join or the virtual students can't join. Okay, because you know, I asked this question of my virtual students last week. I said, how many of you have ever been in a classroom and somebody asked a question and you were happy they asked that question because you learned something? And I've been there as well, right? And so so that's why I think it would be important for you to join Google Meet sessions, even though you may not be required to join on that day. Particularly the virtual students are never required to join. But I think it's going to be important for you too, because a lot of this material is going to be quite useful. I mean, new to you. And here's a problem with the hybrid schedule, the AB schedule. So let's say here it's A day and I go over something with the A group in class. Now B students are required to review it online as well as the virtual students. So now next day B students come in, right? And let's say here on the day before when I had the A students, I assign an assignment, some homework or whatever, right? Now the B students would have gotten it too, but they would have gotten it virtually. And same goes for my virtual students. Okay, so now the next day the B student comes in and they're able to ask questions on what was assigned the day before. But what about the A students? They're not in class. So that means then that the A students would have to wait 2 days later to ask questions if they had questions on the homework. Okay, well by that time we're in the third lesson, so it's crazy. Anyway, I would strongly encourage you, if you're concerned about your learning, okay, because this stuff is going to be new to you. It's going to move very, very fast, and you don't want to get behind. Trust me, okay, not in this class. It's just going to be way too new. So I would encourage all of you to join my Google Meet every day, okay, unless you feel very comfortable with this material and you've been doing it for a long time, and I know a couple of you have. Right, I know I could give the next 10 days worth of material for, and some of you could do it all. Okay, a couple of you anyway. But for those of you who've never been here, okay, it would be very important to make sure that you're understanding things in a timely manner. Okay, so that's just as an FYI. You're not required to join, but hey, if I were you, I would, particularly if this material is new to you. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to say. Important stuff, and so you guys have a good day. Or good evening. I'm actually talking Tuesday evening, but you'll see this Wednesday morning. So anyway, chat with you later.